So what is the answer? What is the way of finding healing and happiness in the holidays? First and foremost, get present. When things disturb your peace, come back to the present moment. Then do yourself a favor and try to identify what is underneath the disturbance. That's really the two-step process, I think, that will bring you healing and happiness, not only during this holiday season, but any time throughout the year. I'm so grateful for being here. Do you have any questions? Any questions about what we discussed this evening? Yes?
I always have a question. Okay, you were mentioning that you will know if you're in disease if you don't feel good. And that any thought would mean that you're an ego. But what happens when you feel they're thinking good thoughts about the future?
Enjoy them.
That's just visionary?
Right.
That's just spirit?
Enjoy them.
Okay.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed. And know that you can vision to your blue in the face. And if it makes you feel good, great. Great. But come back to the present moment.
Okay.
Right? Because the whole law of attraction.
So it doesn't serve you? Is it?
I think it serves you. If you feel good, then sure it's going to serve you. Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Because we still need, again, we live out of the present moment. We have to for most of our lives. And it's okay to do that. And if you're going to be thinking, why not be thinking about the good stuff?
Yeah.
Right? Yes. Yes.
Is ego simply empty thoughts of self, and as opposed to just being in the present moment with no thoughts of I?
I think that it's easy to say that ego is any thought, period. And what I find really fascinating is that when I would look at the mountains, for example, that's one way that I get present. When I'm not able to do anything else, I can look at the mountains. And we're very blessed here in the desert to do that. But you can also look at a flower. But what I found really fascinating is that when I looked at that, I would say to myself, oh, how beautiful. Or, oh, how whatever. And then the teaching was, that was a thought, that's of ego. I'm not in the present moment anymore. So to be aware, again, that whenever, the Zen, the Buddhists, when they're in meditation, they are present, and then when they find themselves drifting off, they just come back. They don't judge it.
Come back to
the present moment. Come back to focusing on your breath. Come back to focusing on whatever object you're looking at. And again, this is with practice, this will get easier and easier. The more that you realize you're not present, come back to the present moment with any one of the techniques. Looking at a flower. Looking at a pen. I mean, it doesn't make a difference. But just realize that when you start judging it, you're moving into the ego and out of presence. Okay? Any other questions? Yes?
Again, we're not saying ego is, ego can be fantastic. I mean, as an artist, ego, you must have ego. Otherwise, you wouldn't be creative.
And indeed, the ego does protect us in many ways.
But the ego can be fantastic. It can be your livelihood, it can be everything.
Yeah, we're not saying ego is bad at all.
Come back to the present, okay.
Absolutely. Well, in fact,
the higher self is in charge.
Indeed, and this is also another, and this, I'll leave you on this because this is really powerful for me. I always thought that my purpose was to do this, 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 and this.
Yes.
Very clear on it, in fact. But what I learned recently is that my purpose is to live in the present moment, and everything will flow from that.
I understand.
Right?
Yeah,
everything will flow from that. And that was it was kind of like living inside out instead of the other way around.
Right. This and then, that as well, I understand.
Right. And especially as an artist.
I just understood this, actually, as well.
And especially as an artist, because if I thought that Trent, the minister, the life coach, whatever you want to call it, I could only be talking in front of people, then I wouldn't have been open for writing, which I didn't think I was a writer. But that all of a sudden was there. You understand?
Oh, do I understand?
Right. Because we limit ourselves. We put ourselves into that box.
Thank you, yes, thank you.
Right. Indeed, indeed. Right. So again, thank you so much. It's been absolutely wonderful. I love and adore you all. Have a wonderful holiday season. And if you have any questions after, please feel free to ask them.
Yes.
Okay?